doing here?
I work here, Rebecca.
Wow. You have some nerve coming here. After attacking poor Julian. I mean, hitting him, scratching him on the face. How could you do that to your employer? And why?
I have my reasons. What happened between Mr. Crane and me is personal.
You are on thin ice with me, Pilar. Could you bring in the rest of my bags, please?
I'm not your slave. I'm the housekeeper.
Look, I don't care what you call it, but you do still work here. If you have a problem taking orders from me, you could quit.
Not as long as Mrs. Crane is in this house. I work for her.
Well, don't make yourself too comfortable, because neither you nor Ivy are going to be here for very long.
Ivy told me this morning that she's contesting the divorce, and that Julian is allowing her to stay in the house for now.
Well, thank you so much for the update, but it really is none of your concern.
Look, I am not interested in your pathetic attempt to take over this house.
Pathetic. You listen to me, Taquita. Ivy is not going to be able to stop Julian from divorcing her. And I am moving in here today. And I will marry Julian.
I'll get somebody to help you with your bags.
Oh, the nerve of that woman.
Mother, maybe you should wait till Julian's divorce is final before you start moving in here.
No way! If Ivy has moved back in here, then this house has become a battleground. No, I have to defend my turf.
I just think it'll be really uncomfortable living under the same roof as Ivy, especially with Pilar being so hateful.
Well, I don't care. Something is going on here. I can smell it. I don't know what it is, and I tried to get out of Julian, but he keeps putting me off. Before this day is out, I'm going to find out what it is.
Oh, my. Look at me. Caught and bruised as if I'd been in a common street brawl.
Not a common brawl, Julian. Your attackers were two women.
Yes, among others. A good mind to press charges. God, I ask you, Harper, did I deserve such treatment?
You bastard! You defiled my daughter! You took her virginity! You ruined her! That's the ultimate sin! I should tear your eyes out! Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh! It is bad enough that you got her drunk, but then to sleep with her?
We were married, for crying out loud.
As if she wanted to be married to an insufferable pig like you!
No good deed goes unpunished.
Do you call seducing Pilar's young daughter a good deed?
What? I married the girl, didn't I? I gave her my name. She's Mrs. Julian Crane. Made an honest woman of her. That's not a good deed, then I don't know what is. And this is what I get for my trouble.
Do you understand the mess you're in? You're about to be married to 3 women at the same time. You married Teresa in secret.
I divorced Ivy.
And Ivy is contesting the divorce. And Rebecca expects to marry you ASAP. She won't be put off much longer.
God, can't you think of something, Harper? Some legal reason to postpone my marrying Rebecca?
No. I'm through, Julian. Hire another lawyer to get your annulment from Teresa. Hire someone else to finish your divorce from Ivy. I've had it. I work for Alistair, and I'm going to tell him everything.
No, you can't.
Julian, what the hell is going on?
Hey, where's your mom? Where's Ethan? Mama's at the mansion, and Ethan's asleep on the couch. Good. So, has Julian come through with the annulment yet or not? Dude, not so loud, okay? You'll wake Ethan. So I guess you haven't told him anything about Julian getting you drunk and then marrying you?
Of course, I haven't told him.
So are you annulled yet or not?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard from Julian.
Well, you better talk to him. You need to make sure that he gets that annulment right away, or Ethan is sure to find out the truth.
Oh, what's this?
Luis. Luis. Luis, I'm here.
Who's here? You see anyone?
Luis, I'm here. It's me.
Sharon?
Yes, Luis. It's me.
I would hold the hand of the one who could leave me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Sharon, is that really you?
Yes, Luis. It's me. I'm here.
You're alive?
Yes, I'm alive.
Thank God. I thought I'd lost you.
I would never leave you.
And I would never leave you. I love you so much. Sharon! Sheridan.
I was just thinking about you, Father.
Put me on the speakerphone, Julian. I know Harper's there with you.
He knows you're here. Now, if you mention a word about what happened, I swear, I'll have you disbarred.
What the devil are you muttering about? Speak up, boy.
No, I just said I hope you're enjoying your safari. Got him. Sounds as if you're on a shoot as we speak.
That's exactly where I am. Unlike you, I'm adept at multitasking. Now, what's this I hear about Ivy moving back into the house?
I had no choice. And Ethan's helping her contest the divorce.
Ethan? If he knows what's good for him, he better not make trouble for the Crane family.
What's going on in here? I suspect cooking?
Yes. I made you breakfast, and I was just gonna wake you up.
Oh, it smells terrific. Thank you.
Did you sleep okay on the couch?
Yeah, it was fine. I couldn't stop my mind from racing.
What were you thinking about?
Opening up my own law office?
Really?
Well, I've tried to get a job in every law firm in this town, but...
Julian and Alistair have you blackballed. Right.
All right, so, this is really the only thing I can do. Open up my own law office.
Well, I think it's a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Well, and I knew you would. No, it's just... Last night when I was helping my mother, I remembered why I became a lawyer in the first place.
Well, I thought it was so you could take over Crane Industries one day.
Well, that was really Julian and Alistair's plan. I mean, I've just always dreamed of helping the underdog. And, I remember that when I was able to stop Julian and Rebecca from throwing my mother out of the house.
Mrs. Crane was at the Crane Mansion last night. I thought she was still in the hospital.
Well, she got out and she's furious with Julian. So she's contesting the divorce.
is she?
Well, I don't think the divorce is legal since Julian filed it in Bermuda. And, I mean, in the meantime, my mother has every right to stay in the house until the case is resolved.
So Ivy and Julian are still married?
Well, it's tricky. I mean, if Julian married someone in Bermuda where he finalized the divorce, that would be legal. But since my mother's contesting the divorce, he can't marry Rebecca. I mean, if he did, he'd be a bigamist. It's just, I'm hoping that with my legal knowledge, I can help other women in my mother's position. You know, women that are in a troubled marriage and are miserable.
Oh, well, you know, I'm sure you can find one or two women like that.
Well, I think it's a wonderful idea that you're opening up your own law office. You know, I'm gonna look for a job too.
You wouldn't be interested in going back to work for my mother, would you?
But she's back at the mansion. I mean, I couldn't do that. I can't.
I understand why.
You do?
Well, yeah, I mean, I know why you want to get as far away from that house as you can.
Why do you think that I don't want to go back to work at the mansion?
Well, I know you still think my mother blames you for the tabloid getting that email saying I'm not a Crane.
Yes. Well, she does, Ethan. I mean, you saw her last night. She's so angry with me.
Oh, but look, I told her you didn't do it. And look, I'm going to talk to her again and try to get her to believe you. And then I'll talk to her about you coming back to work for her.
No, please, Ethan, don't. I mean, I don't think that she'll ever forgive me. And it'll just be uncomfortable. You know, I will find another job.
I'm sure she will, Ethan.
Wait a minute. If you're going to open up your own law office, you are going to need a secretary. I could be your Erin Brockovich.
That's a good idea. And we could work together.
All you need now is to find a space.
That's right, and we don't even need that much room. Just enough space for a couple of desks and some chairs.
I've got it. I know just the place.
Sheridan! Sheridan, don't go, don't leave me! Sheridan! Sheridan, where are you? Sheridan. Sheridan. Why'd you run away?
I went to the cottage. I wanted to cut a rose. Last one of the year. You know, I always loved the roses that your father planted for your mother all those years ago. Those roses are a symbol of our love, too. And as long as those roses are in bloom, I will love you. Always.
And I'll always love you.
What have you done about Ethan's interference?
I'm working on it, Father. It only happened last night.
Well, needless to say, I will be very displeased if Ethan drags out this divorce. You need to marry Rebecca, and fast. She knows way too much about our family secrets.
Yes, I know, Father, and I'm most anxious to marry her.
Well, see to it. If she's your wife, you know, she can't be forced to testify against you should there be an investigation into Sheridan's death. Don't you agree, Harper?
Yes, sir, Mr. Crane. The best for the family would be for Julian and Rebecca to marry as soon as possible.
Then make it happen, Julian. With Sheridan taken care of and Ethan out of the family, I have no choice but to leave matters in your hands. Don't screw up.
Everything is being handled, Father. No need to worry.
Is that true, Harper? Is Julian telling me everything I need to know?
Yes, sir. You know everything. Everything is running smoothly.
Good. It's a jungle out there, Julian. Marry Rebecca.
Why do you think there's something going on behind your back? Something like what?
I wish I knew, Gwenny. I do, but something is going on. I mean, why else would Julian allow Ivy to stay here at the mansion?
Well, Ivy's been injured. She just got out of the hospital. Perhaps Julian thought it was just appropriate that he let her stay here until the divorce is final.
No. Julian never does anything out of the goodness of his heart. Now, there has to be some reason, something. Oh, something that he is getting out of it by letting Ivy stay here at the house. And I think I know what it is.
What is it?
I think he's going to use Ivy's contesting the divorce to try to weasel out of marrying me.
Well, why would he do that? I thought he wanted to marry you.
Well, I certainly believed he did. But then he started acting so strangely. All started in Bermuda.
I think you're just being paranoid.
No. Someone who's paranoid has all the facts, and I don't. But I will have them. And if I find out that Julian doesn't want to marry me, I am going to make him pay. And I know enough about Julian to bring down the entire Crane empire.
You can take the luggage upstairs to Mr. Crane's bedroom, Waldo.
Mr. Crane's bedroom, are you sure?
Yes, Mr. Crane's bedroom. Do you have a problem with that?
No, ma'am, Mrs. Hotchkiss.
Good, then do it.
Mother, would you please calm down?
Just take the things upstairs, Waldo.
Yes, take all the bags except for this one.
Is that a gun case, Rebecca?
That is none of your business.
It is if there's a gun in that case. Where do you plan to use it?
Well, don't worry, Pilar. I won't use it on Ivy. I don't need a gun to take out the trash.
I'm happy to hear it. On the other hand, I wouldn't object at all if you were to use it on Mr. Crane.
I swear, as soon as I am Mrs. Julian Crane, Pilar's head will roll.
Mother, there's not really a gun in that case, is there?
Ta-da! Welcome to the new law offices of Ethan Winthrop, Esquire.
So this is the great idea?
Here in the living room?
Yeah, why not? I mean, we are hardly ever in it. We're always in the kitchen.
Yeah, but what about Pilar?
Mama won't mind.
Well, what about Luis? I mean, how would he feel about this? What? What would I feel about what?
Luis, didn't you get any sleep at all last night?
Well, yeah, I guess. Dreamed a lot.
What'd you dream about?
Sheridan. She was at the front door. She was holding a rose. It was from the bush that Papa had planted for my mom. And those roses always meant a lot to me and Sheridan. Those roses are special, you know.
I know. So whenever we're apart, just look at this rose and you'll know that I'm thinking of you. That I haven't forgotten about you. I haven't forgotten our love.
I'm sorry, Louise. You know what? Why don't I make you some breakfast? And then maybe later we can all go for a nice walk on the beach.
Well, thanks, but I gotta get down to the station house. Hey, you're going back to work so soon?
Louise, are you sure you're ready for that?
I have to go back to work. It's the only thing that's gonna keep me sane.
What's wrong?
Diana must be having a bad dream.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised. Lost at sea, half dead when you found her. She's been through a terrible trauma.
And she doesn't even remember the accident that caused her to be lost at sea.
No, and that's a mercy. But she also doesn't remember her name, who she is, or where she comes from. No wonder she's having bad dreams.
No.
Poor girl. Maybe I should wake her.
I think it's best you let her sleep. And Doc said her subconscious might still be working in her dreams. Maybe she's reliving something in her past while she sleeps.
Do you really think so?
That's what Doc says. Who knows? Maybe when she wakes up, she'll have a clue about who she is.
Could Doc be right? Could Diana's past be alive in her subconscious and suddenly when she wakes up she remembers everything?
You wouldn't like that very much, would you?
I admit I wouldn't mind if she didn't remember her past at all. But I can see how much that it troubles her not knowing anything about it. I want to help her find out about her past. I just hope it all doesn't come back at once.
You're hoping she'll spend enough time here so that she'll fall for you. And that when she remembers, she won't want to leave.
Liz, do you believe in love at first sight?
Are you serious?
I'm just asking. Do you believe in love at first sight?
Well, you're asking the wrong person. I've been knocked around so many times, I'm not sure I believe in love at all.
No.
Looks like she's waking up.
Yes. Maybe in a few minutes we'll find out if her past came back to her in her sleep.
I think you're right, Luis. I mean, work will help you move on with your life.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. You know, I've given up on trying to find jobs at one of the local law firms, so I'm starting up my own law firm.
I'm gonna be a secretary.
Oh, that's good. So did you find space yet?
Well, actually, Teresa suggested that we use the living room as a space, you know, just until we start getting clients and money starts coming in.
I told Ethan that Mama wouldn't mind. I mean, do you mind, Luis?
No, not at all. In fact, I think it's great. The whole family working together towards a common cause. Let me know if I can help, you know. I know it's what Sheridan would have wanted. So, I better get down to the station house, okay? Ethan, let me know if there's anything I can do, all right?
Yeah. Thanks, Luis.
I told you that Luis and Mama wouldn't mind. Now, if we get rid of this sofa, we could put a desk right here. And maybe, you know, a bigger desk right here. We could go to the used furniture place. Oh, this is so exciting, Whitney.
It's going to be really wonderful.
Yeah, we could decorate this place together. You know, we want to make sure it looks dignified and lawyerly.
You know, Teresa, I hate to put a damper on your happiness, but we kind of have a problem. Actually, it's a major problem.
Well, what is it?
Julian.
Julian?
What does Julian have to do with this?
Everything.
Oh, I tell you, my nerves are shot. I think I'll go to the club and try to unwind. Yeah. Would you, check out there and see if Pilar is skulking around somewhere?
Is she still working here?
Well, Ivy's back, so I assume her lifelong lackey is with her. I don't want to run into the Harridan. Please, just go check the hall for me.
It's all clear.
Good. Pilar was so righteous about her precious little girl's virtue. She only knew. That little tamale wanted it as much as I did.
Julian.
Ah, what I wouldn't give for 10 more minutes in bed with Teresa.
Julian, shut up.
What?
You pig!
Pilar, don't hurt me!
Stay away from my daughter! You should be shot!
Luis, it's good to see you back.
Good, man.
Luis, how you doing?
Luis, thanks. Expect to see you back at work so soon.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Look, just want to say, on behalf of all of us, you have our deepest sympathies. If there's anything you need, anything at all.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. No, I think that work's the only place that's gonna help, you know? It'll just help me take my mind off everything that's happened.
Understand.
Thanks again.
Good morning.
Morning. Would you like some coffee?
Yes, please.
Did you sleep all right? We couldn't help hearing you moan in your sleep.
It was as if you're having a bad dream.
It was. It was very bad.
Well, do you remember what it was about?
No. Flew out of my head as soon as I woke up. Wonder if it had anything to do with my past.
Could be possible.
What was it, Brian? What would make me have a nightmare?
I don't know. Maybe you were dreaming about being caught in a hurricane.
Maybe. But maybe it was something else. If I could just remember just one thing, it might just bring everything back then.
I don't understand, Ethan. I mean, what does Julian have to do with you opening up your new law office?
Well, the money I would have if I were still Julian's son. But I have nothing now.
I know, Ethan, but that doesn't matter. I mean, we can start with nothing. You don't have to give up your dream. It means everything to you.
No, see, I wasn't thinking before. Look, even if we start up the office here in your living room, we still need money for law books, advertising, telephones.
Well, what about your mother, Ethan? She came from a wealthy family, didn't she?
Well, yes, but I mean, all her assets are frozen until the divorce is negotiated, and I have no idea how long that's going to take. I'm sorry, but I mean, we're just going to have to put our dreams on hold.
I just guess we have no other choice.
Well, no, I mean, in the meantime, you know, we can get jobs of our own and start saving. Look, don't worry. It's going to happen one of these days.
I know it will.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go put on something else, and then I'm going to run over to the book cafe, see if I can get some secondhand law books.
That's a really good idea.
Teresa, I may not be able to start my law firm right away, but at least I can start working towards my dream.
breaks my heart to see him so brave. You know, it's sad to see him have to just put off his dream.
Well, honey, he's being realistic, you know?
There has to be some way I can get the money for Ethan. I know how to get the money for Ethan.
Oh, no. You know, I don't like it when you get that look in your eye, Teresa. Whenever you get that look in your eye, it means disaster.
There's nothing in there that I should be afraid of, is there?
No, there's nothing for you to be afraid of.
I think that we should just keep it cool. I know you're upset, and I know that you were upset that you couldn't marry Julian as soon as possible, but it's going to be hard to live under the same roof with Ivy.
I will force myself to ignore it.
Well, it's going to be hard for her, too, knowing that you're sharing a bedroom with Julian.
Why? She never wanted to be there. That's why she's in the situation she is.
I understand. I just want you to remember that nothing is solved by violence.
I agree. It's just sometimes it is necessary to send a very forceful message.
Oh my God, put it away.
You know, I always was the best shot at the country club grouse shoot. You know, if Julian and I need to have a shotgun wedding, so be it.
Whatever you're thinking about doing, Teresa, don't do it. You're already on the edge of disaster. Don't make anything any worse.
Winnie, I'm not going to make things worse.
But you could. Listen to me. Your secret marriage to Julian could destroy everything that you have with Ethan. Don't risk that.
You don't even know what my idea is.
Exactly, and I'm afraid to ask you.
All right, look. Look at me. What do you see?
I see my crazy friend who'll do anything for the man that she loves.
Okay, that's right. But the person that you also see sitting here is Mrs. Julian Crane.
So, what does that have to do with you getting money for Ethan, Teresa?
What? Don't you get it? Until Julian gets my marriage annulled, I am Mrs. Crane, the rich Mrs. Crane.
So what? So is Ivy, according to Ethan.
Well, until I get that whole thing untangled, I'm legally Julian's wife, not Ivy. See, Julian married me legally in Bermuda after he divorced Ivy. Think about it.
You know, I am thinking about it, Teresa, and it's really scaring me.
Wait, don't be silly. And why shouldn't I take advantage of the fact that Julian's my husband? Wait, this is the answer to my prayers. I'm gonna ask Julian for the money.
You! I gotta... Barbara, please help me. Not even God can help you. I hope your soul burns in hell.
I understand completely, Pilar, but enough.
No! You don't you ever touch my daughter again! You pig!
I promise you, I will never touch her again.
If you do, I won't let Luis kill you. I'll kill you myself with poison, and you'll die the slow, painful death a pig like you deserves. Go!
Mother, please put that gun away. You're really scaring me.
There is nothing for you to be afraid of. Now, Julian, on the other hand...
Oh, this is insane. You can't possibly think that you're going to force Julian into marrying you by shooting up the place.
I did not divorce your father to end up with just a bunch of broken promises. Now, if Ivy is going to stake her claim, then I have to stake mine. And possession is 9/10 of the law. And I intend to possess Julian and everything that goes with the Crane name, including this mansion. You know, I always hated that vase of Ivy's. Just doesn't go with my decor.
Saved your meal for you, Luis. Looks like a lot of sympathy cards.
Wow. Thanks, Ryan. Hey, you know what? I think I'll just answer these at home. Get like a box or something I could put them in.
Yeah, sure. Try that, Louis.
Whenever you and I are apart, just look at this rose and you'll know I'm thinking of you. You'll know I haven't forgotten you. I haven't forgotten our love.
My God. Sheridan's alive.
So frustrating. I mean, I'm so close, but I can't remember. I can't remember what I dreamed.
Try not to let it upset you, Diana.
I can't help it. I'm just so afraid that I won't get my memory back.
Look, sometimes a thought will pop into your head or a dream will pop into your head just when you're thinking of something completely and totally different.
You think so?
That's what I've heard anyway.
Maybe you're right. You know, I think I'll go take a walk, clear my head.
Great. I'll go with you.
Hey, Brian, hold on a minute. I'd like a word with you.
I'll wait for you over here.
All right. What is it, Liz?
I saw your face a minute ago when Diana was trying to remember her dream. You're afraid that she's going to remember someone she's in love with, aren't you?
I won't deny it. I mean, it would be foolish to think that a woman as beautiful as Diana didn't have someone special in her life. But maybe by the time she remembers, I will have replaced that special someone.